Hello everyone, today I want to show you the workflow editor where you have notes of different kinds. You have here the note editor where you can drag around the view, drag around the notes, select and delete it. You see it opens the property editor where you can input the title or the CLI command. We have different kinds of nodes here. We have the CLI action node, which executes shell commands. You have the Cody node, where you can use Cody with a prompt in the editor, or you have some preview node and input text for text formatting, context items for fetching context via text, or you have an Cody output node, which in this case, if connected, triggers the output into the chat view in Cody. Okay, these are different kinds of workflow node. I explain a little bit what they can do. We have the CLI command node. You can type in echo and say hello world. Then you take the preview node, connect it, and look what's happened if you press execute. And you see hello world. What you can do is also require a user approval about this node. If you click it on, if you toggle it and execute, you see on the right side what command will be executed. And if you approve, it will execute it, or you can reject it. In this case, I want to approve it. Now you have, for example, the input text where you can format text however you like. We take the CLI command into the text and another CLI command into the text node. We say the first CLI node will execute hello. We can use the title to see better what it does. And the second one is the world node, which echoes world, for example. And then you go into the text node and you can choose templates. And number 2, and this is important here, which template number you take. You see it with the numbering on the edge lines. Okay, so we connect again the preview node. We can delete what we executed before and then go and execute. Oh yes, I need to approve, and here is hello world. So this is a simple node editor workflow you can choose. Okay, now let's look at a more complicated workflow. Here in this example I have a development branch which is my feature branch, and there is my main branch. Now I've made a lot of commits and I want to merge it into the main branch. For this I prepared a workflow which I most daily use. I can open the workflow and there we are. The first command is to extract on which branch we are. The second command extracts from which this branch, my feature branch, was the source. In this case, the main one, the parent. The parent branch is the main one. And here with this command I can see the git logs from all the commits I take. And here's the interesting part. Here's a Cody node which can generate, based on this commits, a commit message for squashing. And here it can generate a release message if I want to publish it to a remote repository. Then here are some git checkouts, the squash command, the message I take for the squash command, and then here for pushing and so on. For this I can deactivate the node, and all nodes and all children nodes become deactivated too. So I don't need them. So I deactivate also the generation of the commit messages from Cody, and look if the execution from these nodes extract the correct branch I am on and I want to commit to. Okay, let's press execute. And here we are. We are currently, the feature branch is dev branch, the base branch is the main branch, and here we have the feature commits, the log from the commits I take. I can also look into it here. I close this window down to see which commits it logged for me, and looks good. Okay, so now I activate the node for generating the commit message for squashing, and here is the prompt I took. Based on the commits, generate a commit message for a squash merge. Use best practices for the commit message, only output the message for further processing. Commit logs doppelpunkt, and here again the template to include the log I extracted from here. I can also change the maximum tokens it should generate and the temperature, and if I want to use the fast mode, which is the fast model under the hood. Okay, let's execute this workflow. In this case, I want to see which messages got generated. So I I toggle the require user approval here and here too, and let's execute it. So we wait a little bit until it's finished. So this is the checkout main, then the squash, and here we see what is happening. It's squashed into the main with and fast forward, and the message it generates for the squashed command was really simple. Here's the PR, the pull request message, and you see title release, user input feature. This release introduces a new feature that allows users to input their name, age and city, and the application will print out the provided information. Okay, that's it. I hope you well understand what I tried to explain, and yeah, see you soon. If you have any other questions, oh cool, I also implemented a loop where you can put nodes between, a loop start and loop end with iterations. You can set how many times the loop should execute, and a loop variable which can be taken for the input text node or whatever you like. You can also use the input text node, for example, to generate a bash script, and let execute this bash script via an CLI command. Okay, that's it. Thank you.